Hello and welcome to Books of Blood. My name is John, and today Horror Across America is going to be moving into Indiana. And I think I've got 6 books here. I may have 7. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get underway, alright? So the first one we're going to talk about is Children of the Dark, and this is by Jonathan Janz. Will Burgess is used to hard knocks. Abandoned by his father, son of a drug-addicted mother, and charged with raising his 6-year-old sister, Will is far more to worry about than most high school freshmen. To make matters worse, Mia Samuels, the girl of Will's dreams, is dating his worst enemy, the most sadistic upperclassman at Shadeland High. Will's troubles, however, are just beginning, because one of the nation's most notorious criminals, the Moonlight Killer, has escaped from prison and is headed straight toward Will's hometown. And something else is lurking in Savage Hollow, the forest surrounding Will's rundown house, something ancient and infinitely evil. When the worst storm of the decade descends on Shadeland, Will and his friends must confront unfathomable horrors. Everyone Will loves, his mother, his little sister Mia, and his friends will be threatened, and very few of them will escape with their lives. And that is Children of the Dark, and that is by Jonathan Janz. Alright. Okay, next up we have got The Girl Next Door, and this is by Jack Ketchum. I can tell you flat out, I have read The Girl Next Door. It is very disturbing. If disturbing fiction is not your thing, I'm going to tell you right now, just go ahead and avoid The Girl Next Door. And you're going to thank me for it, for this suggestion, alright? Because first of all, this is actually based on a true story. The characters are fictional characters, but they are based on true events. Alright? So, you've been warned, but I'm going to give this synopsis to you right now, okay? Very short, alright? A teenage girl is held captive and brutally tortured by neighborhood children. Based on a true story, this shocking novel reveals the depravity of which we are all capable. And that is The Girl Next Door, and that is by Jack Ketchum. Okay. Okay, next we've got a novella, and this is another one that I read and I enjoyed it, and this is called The Visitor, and this is by Sergio Gomez. On Christmas, during one of the worst snowstorms Indiana has ever seen, 5 strangers are forced to take shelter inside of a roadside diner. As the night progresses, the snowfall shows no signs of relenting. Ice begins to build up on the roads and the temperature seems to be dropping by the hour. But the worst has nothing to do with the weather and everything to do with the 6th visitor coming to the diner. The jolliest time of the year quickly turns bloody as the diners find themselves fighting for their lives. This Christmas won't just be white, it'll be red too. And that is The Visitor, and that is by Sergio Gomez. Okay. Alright, next up we have got Take Your Turn, Teddy, and this is by Haley Newland. No one knows your darkness like your own shadow. Nothing has been normal for Teddy, not since discovering the harsh identity of the monster he had been living with his whole life, his own father. Teddy and his mother leave that behind to start over in a small Indiana township. But as Teddy begins to learn of humanity's monsters, he unveils an otherworldly evil he calls the Shadow. The Shadow tests Teddy's vulnerability and growing sense of isolation, poisoning his mind and conjuring a vile killer in the making. A year later, Officer Leonard Strode is called in to offer consultation on a case similar to the most brutal and scarring of those he's worked on before. One is the case of Jackie Warren, the other Theodore Teddy Blackwood, 2 missing children. As he and 2 other officers follow the trail of clues, Strode is haunted by the ghost of his own past and is horrified to find them wreaking havoc on his present. When both Teddy and Strode finally meet face to face, they must confront their inner darkness as well, or else be consumed by it. And that is Take Your Turn, Teddy. And that is by Haley Newland. Okay, next up, another one from Jonathan Jans, and this is called The Darkest Lullaby. The old house waited. For years there had been rumors that the owner, Lilith Martin, had been part of an unholy cult. People spoke of blasphemous rituals, black rites filled with blood, sex, and sacrifices. Then Lilith died, and the house sat empty until now. Lilith's nephew, Chris, and his wife Ellie are moving in. Ellie isn't happy about living in such a dark, foreboding place, but she wants to get pregnant, and this house has a lot more room to raise a baby than their apartment. Unfortunately, she and Chris will soon learn that Lilith has other plans. And that is, what is the name of this book again? The Darkest Lullaby. It's by Jonathan Jans. Alright, next up we have got Harrow Lake, and this is by Kat Ellis. Lola Knox is the daughter of a celebrated horror filmmaker. She thinks nothing can scare her. But when her father is brutally attacked in their New York apartment, she's quickly packed off to live with a grandmother she's never met in Harrow Lake, the eerie town where her father's most iconic horror movie was shot. The locals are weirdly obsessed with the film that put their town on the map, and there are strange disappearances which the police seem determined to explain away. And there's someone or something stalking her every move. The more Lola discovers about the town, the more terrifying it becomes, because Lola's got secrets of her own, and if she can't find a way out of Harrow Lake, they might just be the death of her. And that is Harrow Lake, and that is by Kat Ellis. I did say Kat Ellis, didn't I? Let me check. Yes, I said Kat Ellis. Man, I'm getting bad about that. Hey. Alright, next up, I think this is the last one. Yes, it is. This is Night Blood, and this is by T. Chris Martindale. Combining the high-voltage excitement of David Morrell's First Blood with the stark horror of Stephen King's Salem's Lot, this action-packed novel of a Vietnam vet warring against a swarm of vampires delivers all the thrills readers expect from the genre and more. And that was Night Blood, and that is by T. Chris Martindale, and it is one of the Paperbacks from Hell books. So there you go. And that is going to do it. That is Indiana, or Horror Across America Presents Indiana, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, take care and stay scared. All right, bye-bye.